Hey everybody, waiting for my picture to show up so I know that the camera's working. There we go. Okay. All right. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back. Let me get everything set up over here and we can get started. All right, there we go. All right, as always, once you get here, please say hey in the chat. Let me know where you're at. Always let me know what the weather's like. I'm very curious. I'm a little nosy. I like knowing what's going on with everybody. And it just helps me know when people are starting to come in. John, hello. Chris, hi. Awesome. Thanks, guys. DMS is here. You missed last week. I will be honest, you did not miss much. I was not feeling great last week, so it was a rough video for everybody. And we ended it pretty early, so don't feel bad about missing out on that one. Sydney, hello. Brett, hi. Wanda, hello. Mike, hello. Wanda, Connecticut, is that CT? 74 degrees. That is perfect weather, in my opinion. We've had people out in Cleveland complaining that it's been too cold for summer, and I am so happy with 70 degrees and sunny. That is my ideal. 86 in Seattle, still warm out there, huh? I'm just messing around with my microphone over here, trying to get it to stay stable. Bowling Green, Ohio, 77 and sunny. Hey, Tim. Chris is in Indiana, 78 degrees. I didn't even check what it is here. I haven't been outside since this morning. 77 and sunny out here in Cleveland. Christopher, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for asking. Feeling much, much better. Thank you for all of your messages last week. It was just sinuses or allergies or something. Much better. Jermaine, let's cut some cords. There you are with our motto, our battle cry every Wednesday night. Sydney, 82 degrees and sunny in Little Rock. It looks like we're all having pretty good weather. I'd love to see it. Chris, yeah, thank you. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoy our Wednesday night chats and subscribe to Cord Cutters News if you haven't already. Johnny, hello. G-Money, hello. Joe, hey, thanks for being here. Ron says, been tied up for a few weeks, glad to be back, and we are happy to have you back. Hey, everybody. All right, we can get started. If anyone has any cord cutting questions, or if you want to chat about what you've been watching, what you've been streaming lately, let's dive right in. 75 in PA, yeah. NYC says, late last week, both WWE and Disney respectively made the news for wrong reasons. Agreed. I wonder if Bob Chapek or Vince McMahon is worse. That's pretty funny. Yeah, last week we did talk a little about how Disney's the streamer situation over on Twitter. I really had some kind of high hopes that they were going to give us something, anything, some kind of new bundle or something. And as we know, it was a whole lot of nothing. It was some weird marketing for their Disney bundle. Nothing new, unfortunately. And then, yeah, WWE has been making all kinds of interesting decisions. I don't know what's going on there. If anyone has any insight, and if you want to do any, I'm trying to find the right word so I don't say anything that I shouldn't say. If anyone just has any theories about what's going on with WWE and you want to leave it in the chat, please do. Most of you know I don't watch WWE really, but I have been paying attention to some of their very interesting choices with letting a lot of people go lately, and it's been something. Jeff says, when is my Locast going to work? Jeff, where are you? Do you have Locast? Do you have any issues with it? Let us know. Maybe we can help you troubleshoot a little bit. Jules says, I love Peacock. I've got to tell you, I've been liking it too. So I've been using it lately, me and everybody else, to watch some Olympics recaps, and I've really been liking it. I will say, I was just talking to one of the ladies over at TV Guide, and she and I are kind of in agreement that it's very difficult to find what you're looking for on Peacock. They do have a hub for Olympics content with a bunch of recaps and stuff, but it's been really tough for me to find exactly what I'm looking for. And then she mentioned that she was clicking on specific events like medal events, and it was taking her to videos from the trials. So not the best experience, but I have really been enjoying that I can find so much of that stuff on Peacock right now. Josh says, got the On device for $30 from Walmart last night. Highly recommend. Awesome. Glad you're liking it. Really affordable options over there, so that's nice. Mark, hello. Happy to have you here. John, hello. Mr. Urban World says, this is my first time seeing you. Huge fan, only being 2 seconds in. Thank you so much. Happy that we made a good first impression. And if you have any cord cutting questions, let us know. If I don't have an answer for you, someone in the chat probably will. FX says, hello. Hi, how are ya? Brett says, also glad that the new Ghostbusters movie will be released later this year. Yeah, agreed. I'm looking forward to that. I might be in the minority here, but I really liked the all-female cast from the Ghostbusters movie. And I know not everyone was a big fan, but looking forward to this new one too. Let's see. Okay, NYC says, sorry, I was trying to figure out what you were saying. I was forgetting that what's on Disney Plus is obviously a website about Disney news. NYC says, I asked what's on Disney Plus the same question. He said it's never easy to run a business during a pandemic. True. And emotions run high during a pandemic. Also true. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to give a lot of these companies a whole lot of leeway on their decision making, just because no one's ever had to do this during a pandemic. No one really knows what they're doing. Lots of really tough choices have had to be made. And yeah, I don't know if anyone can really be blamed for a whole lot right now while we're all sort of figuring out what's going on here. DMS is being distracted by Olympic women's beach volleyball. That is completely understandable. I'm definitely going to try to watch that later. I'll watch a recap, maybe on Peacock, if I can find it on there. I love watching beach volleyball during the Olympics. It's one of my favorites. That's another question for you guys. Are you watching the Olympics? Where are you going to watch? And what are your favorite events? Let me know. We just did the summer survey. Philip and I just finished doing a video for the second half of the survey. That'll be going up tomorrow, I believe. And we found out that about a third of you were planning on watching, a third of you were not, and a third of you were on the fence. So let me know if you've been keeping up with the Olympics. Okay, let's see. I know I missed a lot of comments. If I skip your question, it's not on purpose. Please ask again. My chat just jumps down to the bottom pretty frequently. All right, Rambler says, I think WWE is trying to sell and possibly NBC Universal is set to possibly buy. Ooh, interesting. Still up in the air, but they're in financial trouble, which is why all of the cuts are happening. Yeah, I mean, we know it almost always comes down to money, so that's not super surprising. Ooh, here's some kind of gossip. I like this. Chris says, Vince McMahon said years ago in a promo that he's the only one that can kill WWE, and that's what he's doing. I don't know. Yeah, it really does seem like they're just letting everybody go, and the general opinion I've seen online has been, what the heck is happening? No one really knows, so it's not looking great. I'm interested to see what happens here. Roy, if you were asking about the Olympics, yes, everything is available on the free version of Peacock except for U.S. men's basketball. As far as I know, that's the only Olympic event that they have on their paid version. That's what they told us, so you should be able to find everything else on the free version. Jeff makes a great point. He says, Jess, you would do better trying to understand quantum physics than understand the mind of Vince McMahon. That's probably completely true. And neither one are my strong suits, so I will just not even try. Geneva says it should be called WWE Plus. Maybe if they put a plus sign on the end, someone would scoop it up and turn it into an amazing streaming service. Maybe that's the key. Yeah, Christopher says Friendly TV has been adding quite a few channels lately. Might have to check it out. So if you haven't seen it already, Friendly TV is like $6 or $7 a month, and it has some good family-friendly content on it. You can get all of the Hallmark channels, which I think is really Probably the best thing that they have to offer. Just having all of those channels on a service for so cheap is great. And they've been adding some new channels. So we post over on Cord Cutters News every time they come out with a new channel. So you can keep up to date. But yeah, definitely check them out. Good stuff. Sorry, I just looked over to the side. I realized I forgot to turn my air conditioner off, and it gets very noisy when it starts running. So apologies if you can hear it. I don't think you can, but it's very distracting. Brad says hello to everyone from Pennsylvania. We've got a lot of PA people in the crowd tonight. Love to see it. Ron says, looking forward to the new Suicide Squad on HBO Max. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that one out too, for sure. And then Roy says, I want to see the new Dunes movie. That one has been in the works for quite a while, so I know a lot of people are anxious and excited to see that one. Jermaine and all of the other Big Brother fans, I have to let you know, I just got an email from Paramount about Big Brother, and now I'm very excited to catch up on tonight's episode tomorrow. Just had to say it. Okay, let's see here. Oh my goodness, I missed all kinds of comments, so sorry. Let me scroll back up here. Okay. Jermaine says, I just discovered that Apple TV Plus has linked with my YouTube TV app. Ooh, created a better looking YouTube TV guide than the real YouTube TV guide. Cool, love to see that. Mark says, hey JB, I like the retro movies. Yeah, totally. I know a lot of you are very into classic TV and classic movies. So anytime I see any of those pop up anywhere with a streaming service offering more of them or becoming newly available anywhere, I try to post about it because I know how much you guys love those. Excuse me. Can't speak, trying to say too many things at once. So Pluto TV has been adding some new ones, and then Amazon Prime Video has gotten some new ones also. So definitely check out the free streaming services too if you haven't already. For anyone else who's interested in classic TV and classic movies, those free streaming services tend to have really good collections of that stuff. Raymond says, I wonder how things were run during the 1918 pandemic. And yes, same, but also good point, Deborah. There was no streaming then, so can't really compare the two right now. But yeah, man, things are just crazy lately. So I know that people at these companies must really be still a year and a half later scrambling to figure out what they're doing here. John says no to the Olympics. Yeah, it's an interesting mix with all of you guys, and just Cord Cutters News readers in general, with people who had no interest and people who were very excited. So yeah, if anyone else wants to share what their favorite events are, I really like gymnastics, always have. Okay, let's see. Sydney says, with the change of AT&T TV to DirecTV Stream, could we see NFL Network get added to the streaming side? Yeah, for sure. So for those of you who didn't hear the news, AT&T TV is becoming DirecTV Stream. AT&T has moved all of its video stuff over to a separate business. And there's just a lot going on here. For those of you who've been around for a while, you probably know that we've always had some weird issues with trying to figure out what the heck AT&T is doing. But let me see if I can grab this post just to give you all of the details. If I can find it. And I know, yeah, here it is. I knew it would be in here somewhere. Did that go in there? Yeah, there we go. All right, so we have a whole post about this up. You can find it over here in the chat. So AT&T has completed the spinoff of DirecTV. So they announced a deal with TPG to give the private equity firm 30% of the company. So that has all now gone through. So they have created a separate company. They had been calling it the new DirecTV. So now they are putting all the streaming stuff together under DirecTV Stream. So the plans and the pricing will not change for now, but it does mean that potentially we could see more stuff going to DirecTV Stream, which could include Sunday Ticket. We have no idea yet. No announcements have been made there, so we are not completely sure what's going to go on with Sunday Ticket, but definitely a possibility that they could do something there. All right, let's see what else. Some comments about WWE. Yeah, I would just say no one's really sure what's going on at this point. They are making a lot of very big decisions that people seem very unhappy with, but I unfortunately don't have any real insight for you. Oh, Ron wants to know if anyone's watched Jellystone on HBO Max. I have not yet, but I think it looks really cute. I've watched the trailers and things, so I will definitely be tuning in at some point very soon, hopefully. Mark says, saw some info from Sinclair CEO about RSNs. Maybe you can look into it. Yes, I absolutely will. I saw something earlier today, and then Luke actually sent me a link to another article, so I will look at that tonight and get a post up about it tomorrow for sure. I won't talk too much about it right now just because I haven't gotten a chance to dig into any of that yet. But either I will write something or one of our writers, Raymond, will have something up for you tomorrow. So definitely keep an eye out for that coming soon. Chris says, I would consider getting YouTube Premium Lite when it comes to the US. So for those of you who did not see this story, YouTube, actually let me see if I can grab the link for this one too. We know sometimes that doesn't go well for me. Here it is. Man, things are really working for me today. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Simpsons fans? Anyone? All right. So YouTube is testing out a Premium Lite subscription for ad-free viewing. So this is only in Europe right now, and it is just a cheaper tier of their YouTube Premium subscription. So the thing with this tier is that it's only ad-free viewing, so it doesn't come with any of the extras from a normal YouTube Premium subscription. So background playback and offline downloads are not included, but it comes at a cheaper price. And I'm with you, Chris. I think that this would do well if it came to the US, and I think that it will eventually. YouTube says that they are testing it out right now. They're going to wait for some they're going to wait for some subscriber feedback and see what people have to say, and then it could potentially launch in other places. So we will keep an eye on it for sure. All right, Christopher is waiting for Hocus Pocus next year on Disney+. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, Christopher. I'm with you. Annette, hey, happy to have you here. I am way behind on comments, so sorry. I'm trying to scroll down and make sure I'm getting everything. All right. Rambler says, I subscribe to AT&T TV now. Have you heard when or if they are shutting it down to become DirecTV Stream? Yes, they are switching it over. They're not shutting anything down, just kind of migrating it over to this new name. So your plan and pricing should stay the same. So you should be totally fine. The app should update on its own. It'll just start saying DirecTV Stream instead of AT&T TV. So I wouldn't worry too much about any changes. I don't think we have an exact date yet. I believe that all of the news just said soon. I think on their website it just says soon. So we do not have a date, but we will for sure let you know. We'll post over on Cord Cutters News when we hear anything. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about too much changing. Annette says, finally got Locast in Pittsburgh. Very happy for you. A few of you tagged me over on Twitter to celebrate Locast in Pittsburgh. Very happy for you guys. I know we have a lot of people over in that market that were very happy about it. So congrats, guys. Sounds like you get about 40 channels, which is awesome. All right. Joe says YouTube TV had an option before the Olympics had started to pick what events to record. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's awesome. Really good idea. I'm enjoying on Peacock right now, just going to the recaps and being able to choose by sport what I want to watch. So, big fan. Love that plan. Lots of comments about NFL that I'm seeing as I scroll by. And yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm very excited for NFL. For those of you who know me, know that I'm a Browns fan. Team's looking great this year. I mentioned that in the video with Philip coming out tomorrow too. And so spoiler alert, he made one of the little pie charts about NFL stuff, Browns colors. Very happy about that. So yeah, I'm with you guys. Very excited about NFL season. And like I said last week, we will have a ton of content coming out about how to watch your favorite team, what streaming services are carrying, what channels, and we'll do some how to watch posts for some of the big games. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Yeah, Bill, yours was the comment I wanted to make sure I got. You asked if there is any news on Locast and Zanesville, Ohio, and I just reached out to Locast again. Let me check my email. Nothing from them yet, but I did reach out again to ask about whether Locast will come to Zanesville. So those of you who are in that area, Locast launched in Columbus. And initially they had said that Zanesville was included, but then they said it was not, and that's because Zanesville is its own market outside of Cleveland. So that's why Locast did not come to your area. But we are looking into it to see if they will expand to Zanesville. So I'll keep an eye on my email. If he happens to email me back while we are chatting here, I will read it out loud for you. But no, unfortunately, have not heard back yet. If I hear from them tonight, I will mention it like I said, and if not, hopefully by next week, I'll have an update for you finally. Sorry, I know it's been weeks. Okay, Richard, hello, happy to have you here. Have I watched F-Boy Island on HBO Max? I have not, and I think that might be where I draw the line with my reality TV. It looks so dumb. Sorry if there are any fans in the crowd. Yeah, I just don't think I can do it. But if any of you have watched it, please let me know what you think. Jermaine says, loving the Olympics. My university has more medals than half of the countries competing. That's amazing. Love that for you. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it too, but I have not been watching most of the events live, mostly because I forget that they're happening. And most of the ones that I want to watch happen so early in the morning that I can't. I need to just sleep in or sit and drink my coffee and not be watching gymnastics, making me feel lazy. So I've been watching a lot of the recaps and really liking it. Kim says, hi Jess, I was sick about people, bought me a Roku and Google Chromecast with Google TV. Oh, awesome. Love that. Which one are you liking more, Roku or Chromecast? Or do you like them both for different reasons? I'm sorry to hear that you were sick, but happy that you have a way to pass the time. G-Money says, for wrestling fans, the show Dark Side of the Ring is very interesting. Ooh, good to know. Annette has been watching Catfish. Yeah, I used to watch that with my cousins. They loved that show, and it was so funny. Yeah, we used to watch on Hulu, so they were big fans of that. I think I've seen every episode. Okay, people are liking Jellystone. Okay, I'll definitely put that one on my list on HBO Max if anyone else is interested. Have I watched Schmigadoon yet? I have not, but I do have it on my list because you and a couple of others, Geneva, mentioned it last week or the week before. So I will definitely check it out. Oh, people were asking about the Q&A last week. Yes, I did delete it. The reason is, this is so stupid, but because I was so sick, I went back and rewatched it and realized that I made a couple of huge mistakes with stuff that I was saying. And rather than try to edit the whole thing, I did just end up taking the video down. So I apologize. There were a couple of questions about that, but I swear if you weren't there last week, you did not miss much. So I wouldn't worry about missing out on anything from last week if you didn't see that one before it came down, but I apologize. I usually don't do that, but last week was a weird one. All right, let's see here. This chat thing makes me crazy. It just keeps jumping to the end, and then I miss big chunks of the conversation. All right. Ooh, Raymond says Spotify is going to try something similar with unlimited skips for 99 cents a month. That's a great idea. I feel like doing the tiered system with plans and pricing really makes so much sense. So I'm happy to see that YouTube and Spotify are both kind of testing those things out. More of an a la carte thing where you can just choose the features that you want. So I'm all for it. Yeah, Joel says, I heard that YouTube TV will not make a price hike this year yet. So Google did their earnings call and they were talking about YouTube TV, and they did mention that there shouldn't be a price hike anytime soon, but they did not give any kind of time frame or much detail at all. So I wouldn't count on anything as being certain just because no definitive statement was made. But it is encouraging to hear that they're not planning on doing a price hike anytime soon. Great stuff. Love it. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, Annette says, my granddaughter had me watching Cruel Summer on Hulu. I have to tell you guys, that show was so good. It was crazy. It was completely bonkers, but I really enjoyed it. Did anyone else watch Cruel Summer? Let me know. Yeah, lots of people saying that they want Locast in their area. Unfortunately, I have zero say, so I'm not much help, but you can reach out to Locast on their website. If you donate and tell them where you're at, they take that into consideration when they're looking at new spots, so definitely reach out to them if you want Locast in your area. Yeah, and then Craig says, if nobody has mentioned it yet, Locast has groups. Oh, okay. Yeah, they offer a free subscription without asking for donations to lots of different groups. And they actually just sent me an email, and I'm going to put a post up on Quirketers News about this tomorrow. But let me just read it to you guys, and I'll give you a heads up about the news. Oh gosh, okay. Well, let's see if I can find it. Maybe I lied and I won't read anything for you. Here we go. So they sent out this email to a bunch of their subscribers, and then they sent it to me also. Here it is. So they are doing Locast Cares, which is this thing where they let you use Locast without asking for donations. And they said from first responders to active military personnel, from retirees to receiving Social Security to students receiving Pell Grants, or from folks who are in between jobs, the Locast Nation members who are qualified for the donation-free interrupted version of Locast. So they are increasing the number of people that they are offering that to from 25,000 to 50,000. So if you have not already, check that out. Now is the time to do it because they are now offering it to 25,000 more people. All right. What next? Ron says Vudu Fandango on Roku has a lot of content. So that was another pretty big story this week. Fandango bought Vudu, and now everything is switching over to be on Vudu. So if you have a Fandango account, you'll need to move all of your stuff over to Vudu. They make it very easy for you. You just sign into your account and then they send everything over to Vudu for you. So when that happened, Fandango used to be the spot on Roku, the official movie and TV store over on Roku, and now it's going to be Vudu instead of Fandango. So again, not a whole lot of change there. It's just the name, really. But Vudu is now going to be the official movie and TV store on Roku. So you can go over there and rent and buy titles. You can also find some free content there, which is cool. So check that out if you are a Roku user. Roy says, I miss the spectators at the Olympics. Yeah, same. It's just not quite the same this year. But glad that they nixed that because already COVID is spreading like crazy at the Olympics. I can't imagine how much worse it would have been. So yeah, a bit of a disaster for sure. Have I seen Jungle Cruise yet? I have not. Have any of you guys seen it? What did you think? I will definitely be checking it out. I think it looks really cute. I'm excited about it, but just haven't had any time to watch yet. DMS is watching The 100 on Netflix. There are some super fans for that show, let me tell you. Those people go crazy on Twitter if anyone mentions the show The 100. Yeah, Jim is hoping for Locast in Youngstown. Like I said, definitely go to the website and let them know where you're at. Let them know that you want Locast. Jim loves Jungle Cruise. Anyone else? Let me know if you've seen it, if you liked it. Eric also liked Jungle Cruise, a classic action adventure movie. Sold. Sounds perfect. I will definitely be watching that. Keith says, Locast is in Los Angeles, but you have not tried it. I would say if you have an antenna and can get your locals for free with an antenna, awesome. If you have a live TV streaming service, you probably get them there. If not, Locast is a great option. Also, if you're like me, where your antenna only picks up a few channels, Locast is a great alternative. Okay, Jeff says, Jeff loved this question already just from briefly looking at it. Hey Jess, I have a question. How can it be said that no one missed anything last week when we got to have fun in here with my Chromecast pictures on Twitter? Honestly, that was the highlight of the entire chat last week, so let's talk about it again. Jeff has a beautiful review of his new Chromecast over on Twitter. You should follow him. Jermaine had some great feedback about the Chromecast, so if anyone has any questions, Jeff is your guy. Okay, Jose says, I'm so late, didn't get a notification. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. It went out late the last couple weeks, and I think some people just don't get one at all. What a bummer, but we're happy to have you here now, so welcome, and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, I'm not sure how to say your name. I'm going to call you Emperor, maybe? Serious question, is there any way to take shows from streaming services like Paramount Plus and Hulu and have them randomly play shows in a live TV format? Not really, especially not from a bunch of different services altogether. So you can't say, as far as I know, there's no service that lets you say, I'm subscribed to all of these services, pick any show from any of them. I don't think that's an option, but like Netflix has a play anything feature, so that might be the closest that you're going to get to that for now. I do like the idea of that, but as far as I know, there's no app for that, at least nothing legal. But yeah, on Netflix, you can go in and just say, play something random, and that one will take into account your watch history, your preferences, and it should come up with something that you are potentially interested in. NYC says, Jungle Cruise was so much fun. Haven't had this much fun watching a live-action Disney film since National Treasure. The Rock and Emily Blunt did a solid job. Yeah, I think it looks really good. You guys have absolutely convinced me to watch it this weekend. I really like The Rock, love Emily Blunt, so I'm excited for it. So cool. Good to know that you guys are liking it. Not even any mixed reviews this time, just positive all around. All right, now let me see if I can scroll on down here. Yeah, some other people are saying that Netflix, the random play feature is probably what you're looking for. I don't know of anything, though, where you could just get stuff from every service. Oh, yeah. Okay, so good point. It does cost $30 to watch Jungle Cruise with Premier Access. Eric says I used a gift card at a movie theater from a friend. Smart, yeah. Not loving Premier Access, to be honest. I would like to know what you guys think. Is anyone using Premier Access? Do you pay the $30 or do you wait for it to come onto the service for everybody later? Let me know how you feel about that. Sounds like they are kind of on the fence at Disney about whether to keep doing that too. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Okay, Jeff put his Twitter name into the comments. For anyone who wants to go over and join in on that Chromecast conversation, please do. It made me laugh out loud, so do it, everybody. Patchy the Pirate and Potty the Parrot. That is quite the name. Sorry to be late. You're totally fine. How does Hulu work if someone wanted to watch their favorite videos? Because that's an issue we're having. Okay, so curious exactly what you're looking for. You can put different shows into your My Stuff collection. So there's a menu up at the top and you should see My Stuff. Anything that you mark as a favorite will go into there. So you can use that as kind of a watch list to keep stuff for later. But if you're asking about different videos, I'm not completely sure what you're looking for. So definitely leave another comment and we will get it answered for you. Chris says, I get 31 channels with an antenna. Right now it's cheaper than the $5 donation to Locast. Yeah, that's awesome. Honestly, if I got 31 channels, I wouldn't need Locast either. But I could not get, there was a big one. I think I get ABC and CBS, but not NBC, maybe. So it just made sense for me to use Locast, which is why I'm always talking about how much I love it. It's so nice to have my local channels. But yeah, if you get 31 with an antenna, absolutely go for it. Love getting stuff for free. All right, a bunch of comments just came in and I lost some. So if I don't answer your question, please do ask again. People are saying nothing is worth $30. Yeah, I hear you guys. I think it made sense for them to do it that way during the pandemic because people couldn't go to theaters and some people were willing to pay that to watch these new movies, and it helped them to recoup some of the costs that they missed out on from not showing movies in theaters. So I understand the point of it, but I think we're kind of getting to a point now where it doesn't make any sense. People are not going to keep paying $30 to watch a movie, so to be honest, do not see Premier Access sticking around, but we will see. Someone remind me of this video in a few months whenever they announce that it's a for sure thing that they're going to keep doing, and I will apologize and eat my words. Yeah, Eric says Jungle Cruise will be available on Disney Plus for all subscribers later this fall, so if you don't want to pay $30 and you're cool with waiting, great. Just hang tight and it will be on there eventually. That's an interesting point, Blackworm, who says, I think Disney is just promoting piracy. Yeah, I think they are having an issue with the movies being pirated because $30 is kind of a lot to pay. And I don't think it would be that bad if it weren't for other services like HBO Max sending things straight to streaming for no additional cost. So that's kind of why I think they won't be able to keep justifying the price for these movies when places like HBO Max are doing the same thing but not charging extra for it. So there's my 2 cents. Blackworm also says Get TV alone is the reason to get Locast. Yeah, there are quite a few channels on there and some stuff that I probably would not watch otherwise, but sometimes I just like flipping through the channels, so good stuff. Frank says, hi, any good things happening, Jess? Yeah, actually, lots of good things. Here's some not so good news. I was actually supposed to fly out to California next week to meet with some of our team in person, and that trip got canceled because, man, things are just crazy in California right now. So kind of a bummer, but I will get to hang out with everyone virtually next week. So that is my good news. So some good stuff happening. I would love to know what's going on with you guys. Who has any good news to share? I would love to hear it. Oh yeah, Geneva makes a good point. Geneva says the problem with Locast is that it's through the internet. So if the internet goes out, goodbye Locast. Antenna is the best way to get locals. I will say, even if you have Locast, have an antenna as kind of a backup option. That's what I do also, because yeah, I have had my internet go out sometimes, and it's really nice to still be able to get those local channels for like news and weather. So, excuse me, definitely something to think about. Even if you only get a few channels, it's better than nothing if you are looking for your local news. Okay, oops, let me not spill water all over my desk. Okay. Some people must have been asking about Peacock and Notre Dame. Do we have a post up about that? Let me check. I know Tamara wrote one, but did I post it? Looks like no. Okay, maybe I'll just post that after we're done here. So yeah, Peacock made a deal to get Notre Dame football. Can I post this right now? What am I doing here? No, okay. We'll do it later. Sorry about that. I will post that right after we're done here. I don't know why I thought, do I have it pulled up over here? What am I doing? You guys will see the whole process in real time. Here we go. Peacock will have exclusive live coverage of Notre Dame football in September. What time is it? 8:42. I'll just post this in the morning. But yeah, so let me just read this real quick for you. Peacock has announced that it will be the home to exclusive live coverage of Notre Dame football, the home opener against Toledo on September 11th, 2021. And then, yeah, coverage will be on both NBC and Peacock after that. Sorry about that, guys. I thought for sure I'd already posted that. Sheesh. I will get that up in the morning. Oh, Frank wants to know about any good cord cutting news. Well, that's a little different, but still, share any good news that you're having. Yeah, some good cord cutting news. I will say something we've seen a lot of in the past couple days has been, smart TV platforms like Vizio, Samsung, adding some more apps to their library so their users can subscribe to more apps right on their TV, which is awesome. So that's been pretty cool. But if anyone else has any news to share, please do. I love hearing it. This is a little like whenever I go on Twitter and ask everyone to send me cute pictures of their dogs. So if anyone wants to do that too, I'm all for it. All right, let's see here. Any new TV channels launching soon? Not really. CNN Plus should be launching soon-ish. Weather Channel is coming out with a streaming service. If anyone else knows of any other good ones, all of these plus sign services, they're just coming out left and right. Frank says Peacock is stepping up its game. Yeah, again, I just have a feeling that they're trying to get more into sports, and this kind of proves my theory. MGL says, thanks for the Notre Dame info. Yeah, so sorry I didn't get that post up, but I'll put it up first thing in the morning. Too funny. I don't know. Sometimes I convince myself that I've done something and just sure haven't. Okay. Any updates on the cord cutting news emails? No, but Chris, I think I mentioned this last time. I don't think I saw an email from you giving me just your email address. If you don't mind sending that to me, jess@cordcuttersnews.com, so I can go into the database for the newsletter and make sure that your email address is on all of the lists. If you don't mind doing that, you can email me or send it to me on Twitter or whatever. I checked for an email from you last time and I don't think I saw one, so let me know if you sent it, if I missed it somehow. All right. Eric says, looking forward to Cord Cutters News Plus. Oh gosh, with exclusive news on cord cutting. Ugh, absolutely not. I refuse. Although I'm kind of tempted to do it just as a joke because it would be really funny. Everyone forget that I said that and just wait for April Fool's Day next year. I'll see what I can do. I can't stand the plus signs. It's been like a running joke in our office, our virtual office. Just can't do it. Jeff says, Jess, are you still under the belief that getting 4K can be looked at in the same way streaming player upgrading is? If you mean that just like it's not really necessary, yes. I understand why some people feel like they need 4K, that the quality is just so much better. I understand that. For me personally, I just don't really care, to be honest. Any small upgrades to the way that something looks or sounds, it just doesn't matter a whole lot to me, but I understand that some people care a lot more about that. So I think it's just a personal thing. But yeah, kind of the same way that I look at upgrading a streaming player, my thought is if you have one and it's working well, why upgrade? I kind of just use my stuff until it dies and then I upgrade. So, I mean, for streaming devices, I will say that companies will send them to me a lot of times and then I'll just switch over because it's right there. But with other electronics and things, I just wear things out. So yeah, I definitely feel the same way about upgrading to 4K. I don't think it's super necessary. Wouldn't give YouTube TV $20 extra for it, but that's me. So do what works for you. Jay says, could the cord cutters team send out a survey to stations to get timelines for ATSC 3.0? So I do have a list of the ones that should be coming up soon. I link to it every time I do a post about ATSC 3.0 launching in a new city. I try to include the link to the website where you can see which ones are coming next, but that's all the info we have. So there's a list of all the ones planning to get ATSC 3.0, and then there's the list of the ones that will be coming next in line. So you can definitely check that out. I would grab that link for you, but I don't have it right in front of me, so it would take forever. But yeah, definitely check some of those older posts about ATSC 3.0, and there should be a link in there. Roy says, I'm enjoying your vlogs with Philip. Thank you so much. We've been having so much fun filming them. Every time that we film one, I think we spend 20 minutes after just chit-chatting, so probably not the best use of our time always, but we really do enjoy filming those. So I'm really glad that you're liking them. If you haven't already seen, last week we did one where we talked about the first half of our summer 2021 survey, and then I believe tomorrow the second half of that is going up, so definitely check that out. MGL says, any news on if YouTube TV will have a subscription rate increase? Not anytime soon. They just shared in a phone call or an interview that they are not planning on increasing their price anytime soon, but they did not give any kind of timeline, so take it with a grain of salt. Blackworm says, by the way, Jess, Con TV just launched their streaming service globally. Lots of good classic shows, cartoons, and movies. Love to see it. Oh, interesting. Eric says, Tyler the Antenna Man tried out ATSC 3.0 in a car. It's more reliable. Interesting. He makes some great videos, so if you are looking for more antenna ATSC content, definitely check him out. He emailed me and I did not answer, so let me make a note about that. Thank you for mentioning his name so I can talk to him later. All right. NYC says, speaking of vlogs, I hope there's a future vlog collab with What's on Disney Plus. With the topic of Hulu versus Star. Ooh, that would be interesting. Love that idea. Maybe I will chat with Philip about that. Frank says, haven't seen the vlogs. How can I view them? You can just go right to our YouTube page where you are at right now. Just go to our main page and look at all of those recent videos, and you will find a couple of them that Philip and I have done together. So look in the recent videos and you'll see the one for the first half of the summer survey. Come back tomorrow and you will find the second half of that one. We also just did another one. I think it was called What Are We Watching, maybe. So if you like seeing Philip and I both in videos, check that one out too. MGL says, I wish YouTube TV would carry Pac-12. Yeah, it's tough. And it was a comment that they also made when someone asked that question. They were saying that it's hard to keep prices the same when people are always asking for more channels. And that's a really good point. It's expensive to carry channels, especially sports channels. So it definitely brings the costs up. So it's all about finding that balance between giving people the content that they want and keeping the price reasonable. Geneva says, does Philip ever come into the chat? I don't think so. So we start this at 8 o'clock my time, which is 5 o'clock his time, and he has a family to take care of. So I think that once he is done with work around 5, he has family time. So he does not come into the chat, which is totally understandable. Luke pops in every once in a while. I know we have some Luke fans in the crowd. So he was just here a couple weeks ago to chat with us over here. Eric says, I'm less nervous now than I used to be. Yeah, oh gosh. Let me tell you, I say this all the time, but I was hired as a writer. This was never my job. So Luke used to ask me to fill in for him during some of these chats every once in a while, and I hated it. I was super uncomfortable. Did not think I was very good at it, but yeah, thank you. I do think I'm much less nervous now. It was rough in the beginning, guys. I'm not gonna lie. But now we're all friends. I know you guys, you know me. You know that sometimes I say dumb things, and that's okay. We're live. It doesn't matter. G-Money says, I think it's cool that Luke keeps in touch with you and cord cutting. Yeah, definitely. Luke and I are good friends now. Actually, he just had a baby, so if you follow him on Twitter, definitely go over and tell him congrats on his new son. But yeah, he still loves cord cutting, still loves staying involved, loves hearing the news. So yeah, Luke is definitely staying in touch. Keith says, it's like you've been doing this for eons. Thank you so much. I have been with Cord Cutters News for 4, maybe 5 years now. That's crazy. I'll have to go back and figure it out. But yeah, I've been here for a while, so loving my job. Love coming here and chatting with you guys on Wednesdays. NYC says, you've grown a lot. Thank you so much. This is your Q&A and you've made it your own. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. That's so nice. It was definitely Luke's thing for a long time, and he was so good at it. He just knows so much. He knew cord cutting inside and out. So I know I don't always have the answers, but I appreciate that you guys jump in and help me answer questions. So I like it. I have fun. I'm super grateful that you guys come back every week to hang out with me. Oh my gosh, you guys are so nice. Thank you so much. I'm just reading all the comments and seeing all the heart emojis, and it's, man, so good. Thanks, guys. What? Oh, okay. There it is. April says, have data caps been an issue for anyone who streams live TV? So we did have some comments about this last week also, and most people just kind of say, make sure that you close out of all of your apps after you're done using them, turn off your TV when you're done. If you are someone who, like me, falls asleep with the TV on, try and set the timer so that your TV will automatically go off and you're not just streaming stuff all night. Most people will probably not hit their data cap, but it's definitely possible. Yeah, lots of people are saying that if you have the option for unlimited, definitely go for it. It's worth it. I would agree with that. I pay for unlimited, but oh yeah, and Eric says Roku has a data saver option. So there are some options, and I will do a new post. We've done this one in the past, but I'll do a new one about some tips to stay under your data cap because I know it can be an issue. all of these companies like to say that it's a very, very small percentage of people who will ever hit that limit, but it is possible, especially if you're using a lot of devices, if you have a lot of people in your house, people on their phones, watching TV, streaming music, it can definitely happen. So definitely something to look out for, but there are lots of ways to make sure that you stay under that. So look for an updated post about that soon. I would say beginning of next week. We'll go for that. I will shoot for that deadline for myself. Oh my gosh, you guys, you're saying so many very nice things. You're going to make me cry if I keep reading them, so I will just read those later. But thank you so much. No, I really do appreciate all of you. It's been so much fun getting to know some of you in this Wednesday night chat and on Twitter and stuff. So just very, very grateful for all of you. Thank you. Chris says, do you foresee an uptick in Prime subscriptions with the new Lord of the Rings series coming out next year? Yes, I do. I think that's going to be a huge, huge show for them. I think that they were smart to take it on. I think that they were smart to put it off for a while so they can make sure it's absolutely perfect. I do think that we will see some new subscribers from that, but Prime also already has a ton of subscribers. I think that a lot of people use Prime for other things like the 2-day shipping, music, all of that stuff. So Prime Video is just sort of like a nice little add-on, but I do think that we'll see some more people sign up just specifically for that. Yeah, for sure. I'm excited for that show. Is anyone else? Let me know. NYC says, I appreciate what Luke did to set the foundation for Cord Cutters News. Even though I was sad to see him go, I'm happy to watch his travel and lifestyle videos on The Breakdown. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, subscribe to Luke's channel, The Breakdown, on YouTube. Great stuff. He is still a lot of fun to watch over there. Sorry about that. We jumped to the bottom again. Okay, just time for a few more questions if anyone has them, but let me scroll up and grab a couple of these too. People are asking about VidGo. It is a good option. It has some local channels. It has ABC. ESPN is on there for those who are looking for that to spend a little less money and still get ESPN. It does not have a DVR, which I know a lot of you guys hate about VidGo. You really want that DVR. I have talked to them about it. I've told them that that's a feature that you guys really like, so they are aware of that. But yeah, I think it's a good option. Some people don't love the interface of it, so I would say try them out, see what you think. And the beauty of cord cutting, you can cancel and try something else if it doesn't work out for you. Chris says, for those concerned about data caps, I would advise getting Starlink. It might be expensive up front, but no caps. Yeah, if it is available in your area, that's one good option. Just kind of shop around and see what your options are. See if you can find something with unlimited. I know it's not necessary, but it's very nice to have. It's very nice to stream as much as you want and not have to worry about hitting that limit. Ooh, good question, G-Money. Did Discovery Plus ever clear up if they will have exclusive access to new programming? I am hearing mixed messages about this. I'm hearing that they are pulling some shows over to Discovery Plus. I'm hearing that they are taking some shows away and letting them live on their network channels. It's a messy situation. I'm not sure what's going on over there, to be honest. Like I said, I'm just kind of hearing different messages about it and still trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Hopefully we'll have some answers sometime soon. I would say probably before fall TV starts up again, they would almost have to say something about it, but honestly, I don't really know what's going on right now. Is VidGo still around? Seems like not a lot of news from them. I will say they just don't have a lot of news coming out all the time. It is definitely a smaller company than some of these other services. A really nice team who really care about VidGo as a service. They are definitely still around. You can get your first month for pretty cheap right now, so definitely check them out. But I wouldn't worry about not hearing much news from them. I think it's just because it's a smaller company that they aren't like adding channels all the time, so we're just not hearing about them all the time. Yeah, people are saying that Starlink has really good upload-download speeds. I just saw something, and we'll have to get a post up about this, but just saw something where their latest speed tests were excellent. So, good to know. Richard says T-Mobile home internet also has no data caps. Yeah, Spectrum in most places will not have a data cap, so hopefully there are some options where you are, but definitely shop around for prices and data limits. Jermaine says AT&T has a monopoly in my neighborhood. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's so tough because then you can't look for other options. You're stuck with however much they're charging for it. The worst. G-Money says that tonight's Q&A is longer because we added the plus. Yeah, I'm also just making up for last week because I know I left like 10 or 15 minutes early last week, so that's fine. We can answer a couple more questions if anyone has them. Jay says, if anyone is in Kansas City, it looks like you are up next for ATSC 3.0. Just uncovered the FCC filing for August 24th launch date with confirmation from a station engineer. Ooh, good detective work. Love to see it. Yeah, like I said, there is a website. I think it's TV Technology maybe is the one where you can find a list of them. But like I said, I will keep posting that link for the list every time that I post about ATSC 3.0. I did go for a little more than an hour. I'm going to wrap it up in a couple minutes. Q&A plus. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we'll call it. I don't know. I'm just having fun chatting tonight. Just once I start talking, it's hard to stop. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You guys are giving me so many nice compliments that I just want to keep talking, so I keep reading nice things about myself. Completely. Okay, it does look like the comments have stopped now. Everyone else was like, it's 9 o'clock, get me out of here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for all the compliments, guys. Okay, so we will wrap it up here, but thanks again so much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for missing Big Brother to be in this chat, Jermaine and other Big Brother fans. Super appreciate it. Check in again on our YouTube channel tomorrow for the second half of that survey. Philip and I will go over some of your answers, have a little chat about the Olympics and NFL. I'll talk about how much I love the Browns again. And I will be back here again next Wednesday night to chat with you some more. So I will see you then. Bye.